So, I have been wanting for a very long time to post my own personal commentary on the Torah because I have some really wild ideas. Now, keep in mind, first and foremost, I don't actually believe in the Bible anymore. I used to. I started out actually believing the Bible. I started out as being raised in a Christian home, Christianized home, and it became more and more Christian, especially after my father cheated on my mother and found religion and all that good stuff. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Nonetheless, I became very hyper religious at that point in time and then eventually converted to Judaism because of, well, studying. um, I eventually ended up leaving Christianity, or leaving Judaism as well. Um, there were certain things. Yeah, simply put, I left. I left religion. Period. Um, I still like the text. Now, I take the text in a very literal way. All right. One, I remove all of my own personal preconceived notions, and I let the text speak for itself, which everybody claims that they do this. And it's crap. Because even the atheists that I have encountered, in other words, not all atheists, I don't know, maybe there's a lot of atheists who have done the exact same discipline as what I have. I just haven't run across them. And when I say run across them, I mean meeting them personally, actually interacting with them, actually talking with them. Matt Dillahunty, I really want to emphasize you here because I'm sorry, when I'm spouting out Orthodox Judaism and he's saying that concept doesn't exist anywhere in mainstream religion, and sorry, it does. But that's aside from the point. He had interrupted me more than just a couple times, preventing me from actually explaining certain things. I have my own personal video concerning that. I'm not going to go in depth into that. But needless to say, he was trying to uh, concern the way that I was before with what I'm thinking now. And that became a serious problem, especially when I was asked by Dragnot where certain things came from. That's aside from the point. I've been wanting to do my own personal interpretation of the Torah because, I'm sorry, my interpretation of these things, it doesn't exist anywhere. You know, here's a great for instance, and this is actually the issue that I'm wanting to hit. God is speaking with Adam, who just ate of the tree. Have you eaten of the tree? Blah, 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 blah. And the man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. Now, Christians will say that he's blaming the woman. The woman! The woman who you gave to be with me. It's her fault. The Jews will say that Adam is blaming God. The woman who you gave to be with me, you did it. I personally take a different stance on this. I thought to myself, these are black and white words. There's no emphasis. There's no indication as to what's supposed to be really pinpointed on, at least not in the Hebrew text. Of course, you can do different musical cantillations, blah, 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 and all this stuff is oral Torah and blah, 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 blah. Let's go with the actual literal text, just the actual literal text. Here's concept. God told Adam, how it's translated. See, here's how literal my brain is. Even whenever I'm saying God told Adam, I literally want to read off the Hebrew. Because I do not like the idea of saying that something was said when it wasn't 100% what was said, at least according to that text. You know, I am quite literally that literal. But that's, God said, essentially, on the day you eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you will surely die. That's paraphrasing, clearly. But he didn't die. And so there's a lot of twists and turns and this and that, blah, 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 all hinging on the idea that he was blaming somebody else. Psychologically, think about it. Any child who is being accused of doing something and they're trying to blame somebody else, they drop short of saying, and I did it. In other words, psychologically speaking, if Adam were accusing anybody, he would have said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree. But no, he continues on and says, well, this is being translated as so I ate, which is crap. It says va'ochel, which is and I ate. In other words, he's fessing up to it. He's admitting. He's saying, I did this thing. If you remove emphasis, if you remove emotion, if you remove preconceived ideas, then what you see is an individual who is giving the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And I ate. I mean, after all, this is an all-knowing God. Why is he asking the question, did you eat of the fruit that I told you not? Yeah, God, I did. How arrogant does that sound? How self-righteous does that sound? Maybe he was actually trying to humble himself, saying, here's what happened. The woman you gave to be with me, she gave me the fruit. I ate it. He ends it with, I ate. Why didn't he die on that day? Maybe because his full disclosure was penitence, was his expression of repenting. Maybe he was actually repenting. Maybe he was actually saying, look, I did this, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 I ate. It's not, yeah, I only ate because blah, 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 blah. No. He's being asked the question, did you eat? And he's ending his sentence with, I ate. I did it. As far as I'm concerned, if you remove all emphasis of any sort and preconceived notions, this is him repenting, which would explain why he didn't die that very same day.